Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Thor, issue number 11. There was a lot of good in this comic book, and there was something that was just really annoying. Some of you probably already know what that is. Anyway, let's get into this. The Eve of War. Writer Jason Aaron, guest artist Lee Garbett, Antonio Fabella on colors, guest. Letters and production, VC's Joe Sabino. He is not a guest. He's been here the whole time. Logo, Jay Bowen. Mike Del Mundo does the cover art, and Nao Fuji does the variant cover. Nice. This is the second one that they've done this week. And Thor was created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack freaking Kirby. Alright. So this is basically a comic book. There's a lot of talking. There's some action in the background. Technically, Thor is going around saving people from the storms and the weather problems that he's actually inadvertently created because he's been in sour moods as of late. He also flies into the sun, a sun, mind you, which has hundreds, maybe thousands of hammers just smoldering in the plasma. And he's basically trying to find his, find Mjolnir, specifically. It's interesting because I don't fully understand how he's able to escape the sun. Like, if he's in there until his eyes are practically burning out the socket, the hammers are falling apart. He's, getting out of there, but somehow he leaves the hammers behind? Would he throw them back in there, something like that? And he summons a new hammer to fly away. Just the math of that, it was annoying to me. Like, I had to understand how that was happening, and it was just frustrating me trying to make sense out of something that obviously wasn't meant to make sense. It's just, there are a bunch of dying hammers in there because he kept trying to go in to save Mjolnir, to find Mjolnir. Okay, I get it. Good. Don't confuse me with the facts. So, that's not the thing that bothered me. The thing that bothered me is that Freya can also pull out a hammer and spin it around and hover and fly with it and do all sorts of things. It's like, listen, I get it, man. I mean, but can anybody do this now? Like, is everything that exists about Thor just not unique? It's like, if Thor is a title that everybody can have, does that mean that anybody with, I understand that anybody who's got the title Thor at the moment should be able to do that. The hovering with the hammer, all that good stuff. But seeing just any old person flying around with a freaking hammer is starting to get annoying. I did not enjoy seeing Freya using the hammer the way that Thor does. At one point, she's lifting a car and spinning the hammer also and stuff like that. I was like, can we just play on strengths really quick, please? Because I don't need to see Monica Rambeau flying around and just lifting up heavy objects and doing things. No, her powers are energy control, energy manipulation, energy generation. All right? That's what her powers are. She doesn't have super strength. I don't want to see her running around with super strength. Yes, of course, Freya would have super strength, but that's not where I'm going with this. Why did she need a hammer? She can fly without the hammer. She's got the ability to do that. She could have, magical birds flying her someplace. She could borrow Sleipnir. She could fly under her own powers because she's got magics, like a lot of them. I just didn't see the need for the hammer. It just didn't make any sense. It's one more thing to make Thor a little bit less unique. Maybe in some ways, Jason Aaron was trying to show that, oh, look, see, anybody can use the hammer. The hammer isn't what makes Thor unique. What makes Thor unique is, oh, you forgot to answer that. So I don't know what the point was in trying to do this with Hera. Is it because it's so close to International Women's Day? Yeah, I didn't get it. It felt like it was some kind of an attempt at women empowerment. Look, Captain Marvel, the movie did a whole lot for women's empowerment as far as I'm concerned. That was a great movie. I loved it. Bite me if you didn't like it. Actually, excuse me, I shouldn't say that. Bite me if you've got a problem with me liking it. How about that? That one I mean. But, look, I'm not going to say. Immediately when I was reading this, I thought of this story. I thought of this time that happened. I don't remember how many people were there with me, but there was a couple of us, 5, 10 people, just sitting around, hanging out, talking, chilling. I'm not going to tell you the nationality of this person or his ethnic origins because then there's all of a sudden going to be judging. But there's just a bunch of us guys hanging out, and this one guy decided to say in front of all of us. It's funny how I forget how the subject got to here. I forget how that happened, but This is, isn't it funny how women are always asking and demanding rights and equal treatment, blah, 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 but who are they asking it from? Us, right? And I thought, this guy is painfully stupid because, duh, of course they're going to ask from us. We're the ones with the power. To make a mistake, I was only like 23, 24 when this happened, so I was way too young, dumb, and unrefined to be able to argue back a proper response. So I just kind of let it go and just thought, yeah, this guy's stupid, who cares? But I probably should have, I don't know, whatever. When you're young, it's harder to formulate logic like that, good arguments. Sometimes you hear somebody speak and you're too busy trying to manufacture why it's true as opposed to why it's false, because we want to trust people, especially people who are in our circles. Well, this guy was just total goof. Duh, of course you're going to go to the people of power and demand your rights. But that kind of a speech would actually be something that would change people, make something understood, and make a statement, a bold statement. Something like this. I imagine this was for a women's empowerment kind of thing, but with all due respect, and I mean this with all respect for Jason Aaron, an amazing writing and very amazing writer and very imaginative. He created the Jane Foster Thor version of Thor, and I've got the figures and everything. Like, yeah, I love the character. It's a great concept, great idea. By the way, Jane Foster is cancer-free in this issue. Yay! There was a crack-a-doom of thunder, and maybe we're going to get her back. I'm okay with seeing her swinging the hammer, but not Freya. Freya has magics. She doesn't need to use a hammer. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I feel like Jason Aaron is just kind of out of his element. I don't think that you need to be empowering women. I think that women can do that just fine on their own. It's one thing to be an ally, but to try and enact something, and again, I'm just speculating why he chose to do this. It made no sense for Freya to use a hammer to fly, when we already know that she could fly otherwise. Anyway, yeah, Malekith is about to enter into the realm of Midgard. Things are about to get crazy. We're seeing the past, present, and future versions of Thor all together in one book. And, yeah, 2 more weeks. War of Realms, issue number 1 begins. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little scared. Like, I live on Midgard. I don't know if you guys knew that. Some of you do also. Some of you guys got your heads in the clouds. That's perfectly fine. We're comic book fans. But, yeah, Freya, hammer. No, never should have happened. I'm going to try and forget this happened, in fact. So please don't remind me. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.